All right. This is 4-8 area of triangles. Today is Friday. December what? 14th. Okay. This is area of triangles. This is the last thing we're doing before our tests. We have a review Monday, a review Tuesday, and a test Wednesday. So, back when we first learned area of triangles, we did them only with right triangles. So this is the height, and this is the base. So what's the area of a triangle? 1/2 base times height. And you may probably thought, why is there a half here? Did anyone ever wonder that?
No.
Did you know that a triangle is half of a square or half of a rectangle? And did you guys know that the area of a square or rectangle is base times height?
I did know that.
And a triangle is half of that. That's why you have half. Did you guys know that? All right, so there it is. Right triangles are 1/2 base times height. Now, this wasn't the original area formula. The original area formula was one of these ones right here in the middle. These are used for SAS. Okay, now listen, did you guys know that in a right triangle, this is SAS? Height is a side, included angle side. That is an SAS. Did you guys know that? So the original area formula was used for this, but they had this at the end. They had this at the end. They did 1/2 base height sine of 90. That used to be the original formula. Someone tell me what they know about sine 90. Punch it in your calculator if you don't know. What is sine 90? It is 1. So when it was a 90 degrees, they were able to get rid of this part of the formula, which is why they shortened it to area equals 1/2 base times height. But this formula can be used for any triangle, but if it's not 90, you have to use the sine angle part, which gives us to this part. So area is 1/2, basically in words, it's 1/2 side times sine of included angle. That's what it looks like in words. 1/2 side times sine of included angle. So you don't have to get caught up with which one is A, which one is B, which one is C. You just need to know that going in, you have a side angle side, and it's going to be 1/2 side of included angle. So again, back to a right triangle. If that was the case, you would go 1/2 side times sine of 90. Okay, so let's do example 1. Go ahead and draw a general triangle. Label it ABC. And angle A is 25 degrees. And side B is 21.2. Side C is 16.5. You can always tell when it's an SAS because you have one of every letter, like B, C, A. Like the angle is a different letter than the two sides. But everything's over here in the left-hand corner. Guys, see it? Side, included angle side. So your area is just 1/2 side, and it doesn't matter which side you use first, times side, times sine of the included angle. So you just punch it in your calculator. So go ahead and punch it in your calculator. I don't, guys, just so you guys know, I don't usually use 1/2 on my calculator. I usually put a 0.5 in. It's easier. So change it to 0.5. I'm going to do that right now. 0.5 times 16.5 times 21.2 times sine of 25. So it looks like that. Oops, can you guys see that? When you press equals, you should get 73.9. Did you guys get 73.9? If you didn't get 73.9, look at my calculator. It's all up there what I punched in. You guys good? Now, when you write an area, what do you have to write? Units squared. They did not give you inches or feet, so you just write units squared. And that's number 1. So there's 3 formulas I'm giving you today. That's one of them. That's when you use SAS. Now, if you know all 3 angles, use this next one. If you know all 3 angles. Now, it says AAS or ASA, but if you know 2 angles, don't you really know the third one too? You take 180 minus the other 2. So if they give you 2, you might as well just say you know all 3.
Okay, so on the test, are we going to be able to, like, are you going to give us the ASA for this formula?
Yes, I'm giving you all the formulas and telling you when to use them.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sweet.
So in these next formulas, again, there's 3 of them. They're all the same. Don't get caught up with the letters, though. Notice you're going to use every angle that's in the triangle, but only one of them is going to be divided. The one that you divide is the one across from the side that you know. You're only going to know one side. So this is when you do, if you only know one side, this is when you do this triangle. So if the formula calls for all 3 angles, I don't know what that question is. All right, let's do this one. This is a triangle, by the way. Don't do ABC. This is a DEF. This is a DEF triangle. So let's see. Little d, that's a side, is 45.7. Angle E is 111.1. Angle F is 27.3. And now I want everyone to find the third angle. So everyone go 180 minus 111.1 minus 27.3. So I just did 180 minus the other 2 and you get 41.6. There it is on the screen. All right, do it again. 180 minus 111.1 minus 27.3. All right, so now we know all 3 angles, okay? So I want you guys to do this right here. This one right here, this side and this angle are the only 2 that you really have to be careful of on this formula. This formula calls for starting with 1/2. Everyone start with 1/2. Then it's going to be the side. What's the only side we know?
45.7.
So you're going to go 45.7, but you're going to square this. Everyone always forgets to square it. Then you have a big old fraction, and all of them are going to have angles, but I'm going to start with the one on the bottom. The one on the bottom is the one across from the side. What's across from 45.7? 41.6. That's the one that goes on the bottom. So that means the other 2 angles go on the top, and it doesn't matter which one's first. So here's the whole formula right here.
Why are you signing all these?
What was that?
Why are you signing all these?
Whenever you have an angle, you have to put a sign in front of it. The sides don't need sign, but the angles have to have a sign in front of them. Even that first formula, when you had the angle, the sign went in front of it. Question.
Are you squaring both of those?
You're only squaring the side. These are little degrees.
Oh.
These are degrees. Sorry, guys. These are not squares. These are degrees. All right. When you punch this into the calculator, when you plug this into the calculator, do all the ones on the top here. Do all of these first. Now, I'm gonna do 1/2. I'm not doing what, I'm sorry. Don't do 1/2. Do 0.5. Here we go. 0.5. First thing on the board. Times 45.7 and square it. Don't forget to square it. Times sine of 111.1 parenthesis times sine of 27.3. Okay, at this point, that's 4 things across the top. I'm pressing equals, and then I'm dividing. Then I'm dividing by sine of 41.6. The only thing you're dividing by is sine of 41.6, and your answer is 673.
On blood, I didn't get that.
Yeah, I got negative 1,460.
I got that, but positive.
Look on your calculator.
Okay, hold on.
All right, here's what I typed in. Look, did you guys type in 0.5? Oops.
I put my 45.7 in parentheses.
Hey, look.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
All right, I'm in class. Thanks.
Oh my God, man.
0.5 times 45.7 times sine of 111.1 times sine of 27.3. Press equals. Did you guys close the parenthesis after 111.1?
No, I did not do that.
On blood, I did all of that, and I still got the
Make sure you close the parenthesis after 111.1.
I got the right answer. I'm not doing that again.
Why am I still negative?
Are you in radians? It won't change it. Go to mode. Go to mode.
I'm in degrees.
Did you square the side?
Yeah. Okay.
You put sine in front of the angle?
25 times 45 times
111. 111.1. Close parenthesis. All right. We're on the back now. So here's the third one. Here's the third area formula. It's not that you guys are going to remember all of these. It's not something like that. But if someone presented them with you, could you do the area? So when you work in a construction company or you work as an engineer, these formulas are already in a computer for you usually. You just have to, or Google it. Say, I need an area. If I know 3 sides, I can't remember the area. And just Google it. What's the area of a triangle if you know 3 sides? And it'll come up on, and you just Google it. That's how people do things every day. They just Google, and they come up with it. But knowing how to use it. So look, this next formula is just all sides. Okay, SSS, no angles. Notice there's no sign in this one because I don't have any angles. So if you don't have any angles, you don't have to use sign. But there are these S's. This S means semi-perimeter. And what is semi-perimeter? Semi-perimeter means half the perimeter. And what does perimeter mean? It means you add up the 3 sides and divide by 2. Half the perimeter.
So S is half the perimeter?
Yep. And then from there, you just punch in the formula and it's plug and check. Yep. Let's go ahead and set up our triangle and then I'll do it with you. Little a is 4. Little b is 6. Little c is 8. So this is a side, side, side. No angles are known. So to find this formula, the first thing you have to do is find S. S is the semi-perimeter. So you take 1/2 of the 3 sides added together. What is 8 plus 6 plus 4? What's 8 plus 6 plus 4? 18. What's half of 18? 9. So 9 is called half the perimeter or semi-perimeter. Does everyone know where I got the 9 from? Yes?
Yes.
All right, so in our formula, you're going to use 9 4 times. The semi-perimeter is used 4 times. What do you think goes in the parentheses?
Numbers.
The 3 sides. So it doesn't matter which one you start with. I'll go largest to smallest.
So it doesn't matter what order they're in?
Nope, does not matter. All right, if you want to punch this in the calculator right now, you can, but I don't like parentheses. So I would probably do one more step. Like I would probably do the subtraction part. What's 9 minus 8? What's 9 minus 6? 3. And what's 9 minus 4? This is what I would punch in. I would punch in square root of 9 times 1 times 3 times 5. I wouldn't do all the parentheses. That's too much. That's too many parentheses.
11.6?
It is 11.6 units squared.
I'm gonna have to get in the habit of doing that.
What do you guys think?
All the tests I missed.
They're easy individually, but I know all of them on paper together are gonna
All right, so because you just said that, let's try 3 more and I won't tell you which one to use.
Are you gonna like show
No
us?
thanks.
No, I'm not. Okay, so this is what you're going to see on the test. This is what you're going to see on the test, the next 3 examples.
Wait, don't tell us what it is.
I'm not going to tell you what the number 4. Everyone look at number 4, example 4. Try to decide if you should use formula 1, formula 2, or formula 3 based off what is given to you.
Side angle,
Don't say
side.
nothing.
Oh wait, no.
Don't say anything out loud. Maybe draw it out. Maybe you don't know until you've drawn it out.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's easy. All I gotta do is look at it.
Right? Formula 2? Are everybody's side? I mean, angle equals side. Yeah. Formula 2.
Does everyone know which one to use?
Yeah.
Side angle
This is the
side.
easy one.
This is formula number 2. This is formula number 2. Now, we do need to find the third angle right off the bat. In order to use formula 2, you need to know all 3 angles. It's 46.
How do we know the one across from the
All right, now here's how you know which one's across. Find the side. Find the side.
Okay, let us set it up.
Okay, you set it up. I'll do the Jeopardy music. We're setting it up.
I hate that.
Ask your neighbor. You have to look which one.
Like what you have.
We already said formula 2. Okay, do you guys start out with 1/2? 24 squared times a big old fraction. There's nothing wrong with the calculator. It's the data entryer.
It's your fault. That's what you're saying. You said it's the data and
What's a good word for that?
enterer. That's not a word.
There is a word for that.
Submitter. I
Submitter.
don't know if that's a word either.
Inputter. The data inputter.
Inputter. It's your fault on that.
I just have one question. Which of these 3 angles goes on the bottom?
78.
Why 78?
It's across from the side.
Because it's across from the side. Very good answers, people. Are you guys good? It does matter. What matters? The 2 on the top don't matter, but the one on the bottom matters. All right, so when you're putting this in the calculator, do all the top stuff first. Do all the top stuff first.
Wait, why is it that one again?
1/2 24 squared sine 56 sine 46. So you get 171 divided by
It's 175.
175.6. Units squared. How we doing? You got to think. If there wasn't so much talking around, you might be able to hear. All right, draw the next one. A, B, C. Taviana, what is given in this problem? So which formula is that? 1, 2, or 3? 3. So in order to do this formula, we have to know what S is. S is semi-perimeter. It's 1/2 of your 3 sides added together. Okay, now find your area. Your area is the square root of 22, 22 minus 20, 22 minus 13, 22 minus 11. You can put it in the calculator like that, or you can do your subtraction in your head. 66 even. And unless you've tried, guys, if you're not trying to type these in the calculator, you don't know if you're doing it right or not. That's probably why some of you don't know what you're doing. Because you haven't even tried punching any of this in the calculator.
Oh, F me.
Oh.
Last triangle, ABC. See, it's 54. You should like this.
Look, I dressed for the occasion.
What is given in this information? Is this Formula 1, 2, or 3?
Side angle side.
This is Formula 1. This is SAS. SAS is 1/2 side times side times sine of included angle. Don't forget the sine part. Don't forget sine. Whenever you have an angle, you put sine in front of it. Oops, I forgot sine.